Okay, first of all, our alumni game before that we played 7-on-7, got a chance to watch a little bit of that. I think it was real successful. The guys had a good time. Really appreciate them being a part of that. As far as the game goes, probably the positive was I think all four quarterbacks made some explosive plays. I thought that was good. I had a couple touchdowns to go with it, but overall, that was practice 15. Feel really good about what we accomplished during that time. We went into this game with a plan for the quarterbacks to play like it was. I said all of them did some good things. What we'll do next week is we'll be able to assess the whole 15 days of practice as a whole. We'll look at it from there, and like I said, hopefully we'll get some kind of order with our quarterbacks. After spring. But overall, I thought defense had a very good spring. I thought the offense too. We talked about trying to get some depth and get some of those younger guys to step up, and really feel like we accomplished those goals. Questions?
The first half looked like it was pretty crisp execution.
Yeah, it was. I don't think as far as protecting the football and all that, I got a little sloppy in the second half. We let a lot of people play, but overall, I thought there was some good things really on both sides of the football.
How much did Bo improve from day 1 to day 15?
He's improved a lot, but that's to be expected. He's a true freshman and still should be in high school. And the college game's different. Of course, the speed's different, and our defense is different. So it's been good for him to get used to everything that goes with it.
Do you think Joey looked a whole lot more confident out there than what we saw kind of from him last season?
Oh yeah, and like I told you, I guess last week he's a different quarterback than he was at this time last year. He does have more confidence. He really has been focused and really desperate to win the job. And so he's had a very good spring. Like I said today, he made some explosive plays, and when you let him go live, it's a little bit different too.
What we saw from Hill and Williams today, have you been seeing that all spring, and how much has that helped those two boys?
Yeah. Williams, it was really good to see him make some plays. And Hill is a guy that we had high expectations for when we recruited him. And so that was real good to see him make some plays in front of the crowd. He has had a very solid spring. He's a guy that has a chance to make big plays. It was a great catch he made over his shoulder on that first one, and of course, he threw a little tunnel in the field. The last one, you see he has a little bit of acceleration. He's got a chance to be a really good player for us.
What's it give an offense to have a guy that you can throw it up to in traffic like that?
Yeah, that's especially this league. You have to, because you're going to get some one-on-one opportunities. A lot of times they're going to roll an extra safety down. You got to win. You got to have somebody to come on, on the outside. So it's good to see Seth make some of those plays.
Guys, you said you're going to evaluate quarterbacks next week, but the fact that Joey and Bo were both with the first two guys in one team, that says something.
Yeah, and, that was just, Coach Dillingham every day has an order. They're competing every day. There's been different orders every day. You just have to be that coming into this game. But like I said, we've got a lot of good information. 15 practices now, 3 scrimmages. So it was really good. And we'll assess everything. We'll have a good week this coming up week to assess all positions and really step back and kind of get a good plan about offensively who we're going to be next year.
We saw Chandler get up slow and lean in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Any update?
Yeah, I don't have an update. I think obviously it was a knee injury. I don't have an update, so hopefully everything's okay.
What we saw from Joyner today, carrying the ball a little bit, catching the ball a little bit, is he going to be that guy?
Yeah, he's versatile. We've talked about that. He's like a receiver, but also when you give him the ball, you see he has acceleration. He's got burst. He's a really big guy too. So he's a guy that we feel like we can move around next year and try to get some matchups that we like. But I really like his versatility. Been very impressed with his toughness. He's really got a good physical spring. The fact that he's kind of playing 2 positions, being young, I think that says a lot about him too. So it was good to see him. He protected the football and he carried it.
How does GJ, fit into things, especially the way he ran it?
Yeah, DJ's had a very good spring. Of course, that one run he made out of the Wild Factory, he broke a couple good tackles against good tacklers and had some acceleration and almost spun out of there. So it was he's a really good runner. He showed a lot of toughness for a true freshman. It was good to see him out there make plays today.
Based on the quarterbacks, would you prefer to have at least two still going to that first team job going in the summer, going into
You know, we'll see. We'll see where that's at. I mean, I think the positive is I think we've got some good options. I think we got quite a few of them we feel like can move the offense, and they're all a little bit different too. And I think that's always good too. But not ready to say right now anything other than we got good information, and next week we'll assess everything, kind of see where we're at. And like I told you, we want some kind of order after spring. I think that we'll be able to get to that point.
Were you pleased with the way Bo moved around? I mean, he had a few runs, but also kind of moving around in the pocket. That touchdown on the
Yeah, I
run.
think so. In our league, I mean, it's not 7-on-7. When you drop back, you're going to have to create. You're going to have to extend plays. He's done a solid job of that. And really, the other three have too. They all can run. I mean, all four of those guys can run. So I think that's important too, because, like I said, in our league, things break down. And, you got to extend plays, and really, when you extend plays, you got to protect the football.
Overall, does it just feel like the offense is flowing at a better pace than what you want compared to what it was last season? Because it didn't seem like you had any herky-jerky moments out there. A lot of
Last year was a little bit different because Stidham, didn't get to participate, and so it was a little bit different. We had a young offensive line. This year our offensive line, I think, is going to be one of our strengths on offense. And, it allows you to do some more things. It's really good for young quarterbacks, and we were pretty simple out there today, but that was by design, and that was not only because everybody watches games, but really it was probably more because our young quarterbacks, we wanted to make sure that they were comfortable, they could play fast, they didn't have to think, and they could just show what they could do. So that was kind of part of the plan too.
That's something that first scrimmage to the second to the third, anything sort of stand out to you?
I think our younger guys are more comfortable. I mean, they should be, but they're just more comfortable with our base offense, and that's probably the biggest thing. Because that first scrimmage, I mean, we let our quarterbacks go live and all that, but there was some jitterness, there was some mistakes, some mental mistakes, and communication mistakes, and each practice has gotten better and better. I really don't remember a whole lot of communication mistakes today, which is always big. There was a couple of reads that weren't good, but I think our communication was solid.
I know what you're talking about for the offense, but Derek Brown is active as ever, even in a simple scrimmage like this. How important is he?
He's an impact player. Of course, Marlon Davis, an impact player. Those guys got a lot of experience, a lot of big game experience, and I think those are some of the best players I think.
He's been doing it some this spring, but how good was it to get Eli out there? He had a touchdown catch and being back.
Yeah, really good to get Eli out there. And of course, Eli's a guy that we missed him sorely last year, but he's an NFL type player. Really worked hard on the intermediate routes and the deep routes, and when he gets the ball in his hands, he can really do some things. So very excited to have him back. And of course, Will Hastings too. He got cleared, I guess, today. I mean, obviously we didn't play him, but that's good for the summer. Everything that goes with that.
We heard Owen Capo's name a lot today. Just what are your thoughts on how he's progressed this spring and really that whole group of them?
Yeah, he just came on, and he doesn't act like a freshman. He's not too big for him. He can really run. He's got really good instincts, and I think he had a really good spring, especially for a freshman.
You want to be able to sit down your quarterbacks and go, you're 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm not ready to even say that, but I do want some kind of order, some kind of plan going into summer. I mean, because it's not real to have 4 quarterbacks and rotate equally. You just can't get to that point. But like I said, we're still committed to having some type of order, so we can get into the summer. They can start working with specific guys and all that.
With the linebackers, how happy have you been with the progress, especially because y'all have lost a lot of production from last year?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like guys have stepped in and they really hadn't missed a beat. I mean, I think overall they've had a very good spring. I think KJ Britt's leading that group, really taking over for Deshaun Davis. And, it's his moment. He's been waiting on this moment. And he is some kind of physical.
When you see Joey out there throwing the ball around like he's there, are you kind of proud of how far he's come in a year?
Yeah. Of course, when we were recruiting him, we really felt like he was talented. Last year, of course, he was a true freshman. His head was spinning, and we asked a lot of him because Stidham wasn't there, so he got a lot of reps. And, he was with our twos too. He didn't get a really chance to show what he could do with the ones, but he's got a really live arm. he's real desperate to win the job, like I said earlier. And I said, when you let him go live, there's a big difference.
40,000 here today.
Yeah. That's very appreciative of the Auburn fans, and that's really big, especially back-to-back weekends with Final Four and regional finals and all that. So it says a lot. Our players really appreciate that. Our coaches do too. The weather was good, and overall, I think it was a very successful day.
Gus, this offseason was for the first with the transfer portal for college football. Just what's your opinion on that process, and have coaches had to make any kind of adjustments because of it?
I think all coaches have to make adjustments. It's a new thing in college football. So I think this first year was a learning experience probably for all the coaches around the country, and it's probably not going away. So we have to make that.